The Galactic Council's warning. The vast chamber of the Galactic Council hummed with tension. Representatives from 1,000 worlds shifted uneasily in their seats, their varied forms a testament to the diversity of life in the cosmos. At the center of the room, a holographic display flickered to life, showing a small blue planet spinning serenely in the void. Earth, intoned High Counselor Zax, his tentacles rippling with concern. A world on the brink of interstellar capability, yet woefully unprepared for the dangers that await them. The assembled delegates murmured in agreement. Earth had long been a subject of fascination and debate within the Council. Its inhabitants, known as humans, had shown remarkable progress in a relatively short span of time. But now they faced a threat beyond their comprehension. The Krell Empire has set its sights on Earth, Zax continued, his voice grave. Their battle fleets are already en route. We must decide, here and now, whether to intervene. The chamber erupted in a cacophony of voices. Some argued for immediate action, citing the Council's duty to protect developing worlds. Others advocated for non-interference, claiming that humanity must face this trial on its own. As the debate raged, a slender figure rose from her seat. Ambassador Lyra, representative of the ancient Etherian race, commanded attention with her mere presence. Her luminescent skin glowed softly as she addressed the Council. Esteemed colleagues, she began, her voice melodious yet firm. I have studied the humans extensively. While they may seem primitive by our standards, they possess a quality that we would be foolish to underestimate: adaptability. Lyra waved her hand, and the holographic display changed to show scenes from Earth's history. Wars, natural disasters, technological advancements. A tapestry of human resilience unfolded before the Council's eyes. Time and again, humans have faced seemingly insurmountable odds, Lyra continued. And time and again, they have surprised us with their ingenuity and determination. I propose we send a warning to Earth, but allow them to face its challenge on their own terms. The Council chamber fell silent as the delegates considered Lyra's words. High Counselor Zax stroked his tentacles thoughtfully before speaking. A compromise, then. We shall warn Earth of the impending invasion, but we will not directly intervene. All in favor? A chorus of affirmatives echoed through the chamber. The decision was made. On Earth, blissfully unaware of the cosmic debate that had just taken place, life continued as usual. In a nondescript government building in Washington, D.C., Dr. Elena Rodriguez, head of the newly formed Extraterrestrial Communication Division, was burning the midnight oil. Elena's team had been working tirelessly to decode strange signals detected by radio telescopes around the world. The signals were unlike anything they had ever encountered, clearly artificial, yet maddeningly complex. As Elena pored over the latest data, her computer screen suddenly went blank. Before she could react, a message appeared. People of Earth, heed our warning. A hostile force known as the Krell Empire approaches your world. They seek to conquer and subjugate. You have one Earth year to prepare. May your ingenuity serve you well. The message vanished as quickly as it had appeared, leaving Elena staring at her screen in shock. She reached for her phone with trembling hands, knowing that the world was about to change forever. Across the globe, similar messages appeared on screens of all kinds, from smartphones to Times Square billboards. Panic spread like wildfire as the reality of the situation sank in. Alien contact was real, and it came with a dire warning. In the days that followed, governments scrambled to respond. The United Nations convened an emergency session, and militaries worldwide were put on high alert. But amidst the chaos, pockets of humanity began to rally. Dr. Rodriguez found herself at the center of Earth's preparations. Her expertise in decoding the alien signals made her invaluable to the newly formed Global Defense Initiative. As she addressed a room full of the world's brightest minds, Elena felt the weight of responsibility on her shoulders. We have 1 year, she said, her voice steady despite her inner turmoil. 1 year to prepare for a threat beyond anything we've ever faced. But make no mistake, we will face it. Together, we will find a way to defend our home." As Elena spoke, a spark of determination ignited in the eyes of those assembled. Scientists, engineers, and strategists from every corner of the Earth nodded in agreement. The path ahead was uncertain, but one thing was clear: humanity would not go down without a fight. In orbit above Earth, cloaked from human detection, Ambassador Lyra watched the planet with growing interest. She had argued for giving humanity a chance, and now she would bear witness to their response. As she observed the flurry of activity on the surface, a small smile played across her luminescent features. "Show us what you're capable of, humans," she whispered to herself. "The galaxy is watching." Back on Earth, the gears of innovation began to turn at an unprecedented rate. In labs and workshops around the world, scientists and engineers worked tirelessly to advance human technology. The space programs of various nations, once competitors, now pooled their resources in a race to bolster Earth's orbital defenses. Elena found herself working closely with Dr. Hiroshi Tanaka, a brilliant physicist whose theories on energy manipulation had once been considered fringe science. Together, they led a team dedicated to understanding and replicating the advanced technology hinted at in the alien warning. "If we can crack the code of their communication," Elena mused during a late-night brainstorming session, "we might find clues to their wider technology. And if we can do that, we might stand a chance," Hiroshi finished, his eyes gleaming with excitement. As the months passed, breakthroughs came in leaps and bounds. Quantum computers, once theoretical, became a reality. Advancements in materials science led to the development of new alloys capable of withstanding extreme conditions. And in a secret facility deep beneath the Nevada desert, the first prototype of a faster-than-light engine sputtered to life. But it wasn't just technology that evolved. The impending threat had united humanity in ways once thought impossible. Old rivalries were set aside as nations collaborated on a scale never before seen. A new sense of global identity emerged, born from the shared challenge that faced every man, woman, and child on Earth. As the one-year mark approached, Earth had transformed. Orbital defense platforms bristled with weapons reverse-engineered from scavenged alien tech. A fleet of sleek, experimental spacecraft stood ready in hidden bases around the world. And in every city, citizens trained and prepared, determined to resist any invasion. Elena stood at the window of the Global Defense Initiative's headquarters, gazing up at the night sky. Somewhere out there, the Krell Empire was approaching. But as she reflected on how far humanity had come in just 1 year, she felt a glimmer of hope. "We're ready," she whispered to the stars. "Come and see what humanity is truly capable of." Little did Elena know, the true test of humanity's resolve was about to begin. The Krell Empire, vast and terrible, was nearly upon them. And the galaxy watched with bated breath, waiting to see if the tenacity of this young species would be enough to withstand the coming storm. Earth's unexpected defense. As the Krell Empire's invasion fleet entered the solar system, humanity held its collective breath. The alien armada was a terrifying sight. Thousands of massive warships that dwarfed even Earth's largest vessels. But Earth was not defenseless. In the year since the warning, humanity had made unprecedented technological leaps. Operation Thunderbolt, Earth's audacious defense plan, was about to be put to the test. "All systems a go," reported General Sarah Chen, her voice steady as she addressed the Global Defense Council. "Project Mirage is online and ready." Project Mirage was humanity's secret weapon, a planetary cloaking device that bent light around the Earth, effectively rendering it invisible. It was a technological marvel born from the brilliant mind of Dr. Aisha Okoye, a Nigerian physicist who had combined quantum theory with ancient African astronomical knowledge. As the Krell fleet approached Mars, Earth seemingly vanished from space. Confusion rippled through the alien armada. Their target, a blue planet teeming with life and resources, had disappeared. Meanwhile, on the far side of the moon, Earth's newly minted space fleet lay in wait. Led by Admiral Javier Ramirez, a former shuttle pilot turned strategic mastermind, the fleet was an amalgamation of global engineering prowess. Each ship was equipped with gravity manipulation drives, allowing for maneuvers that defied conventional physics. "Remember your training," Ramirez's voice crackled over the comms. "We may be outnumbered, but we have the element of surprise." For Earth, as the Krell ships scattered to search for their vanished prey, Ramirez gave the order. Earth's fleet surged forward, emerging from the moon's shadow like avenging angels. The battle that ensued was unlike anything seen in human history. Earth ships danced between massive Krell cruisers, their gravity drives allowing them to pull off impossible maneuvers. Experimental weapons, based on the same principles as Project Mirage, phased Krell ships out of normal space-time, rendering them helpless. On Earth, Elena Rodriguez and her team worked feverishly to maintain the planetary cloak. The strain on the global power grid was immense, and blackouts rolled across continents as every ounce of energy was diverted to the defense effort. "We need more time," Elena muttered, her fingers flying across holographic interfaces. "Just a little more time." In orbit, the battle raged on. Despite their technological advantage, Earth's forces were vastly outnumbered. Ships on both sides erupted in silent explosions, adding their debris to the growing celestial battlefield. Just as it seemed the tide was turning against humanity, a new player entered the fray. A massive ship, dwarfing even the largest Krell vessels, appeared at the edge of the solar system. It was the Galactic Council's observation vessel, commanded by Ambassador Lyra. The Krell, caught off guard by this new arrival, hesitated. It was all the opening Earth's forces needed. Admiral Ramirez ordered a daring maneuver, using the gravity drives to slingshot around the sun and hit the Krell fleet from behind. The coordinated attack, combined with the confusion caused by the Council's arrival, threw the Krell into disarray. Their formations broke, and for the first time, the invincible Armada showed signs of vulnerability. On the Krell flagship, Supreme Commander Vexthal raged at his subordinates. "Find that planet. Destroy these insects who dare defy us." But it was too late. Earth's defenders pressed their advantage, their smaller ships weaving between the massive Krell cruisers, striking with precision and retreating before the aliens could retaliate. As the battle reached its climax, Dr. Okoye made a startling discovery. The energy emissions from the Krell weapons were causing unforeseen reactions with Project Mirage. If they could amplify this effect... "Elena." Aisha's voice cut through the chaos of the command center. "I have an idea, but it's risky. We might be able to use the Krell's own energy against them, create a feedback loop that could disable their entire fleet." Elena didn't hesitate. "Do it." What followed was a daring plan that pushed Earth's technology to its limits. As Admiral Ramirez's fleet engaged in a final desperate assault, Project Mirage was reconfigured. The planetary cloak flickered and failed, revealing Earth once more. For a moment, it seemed like all was lost. The Krell fleet, finally sighting their target, surged forward with renewed vigor. But it was exactly what humanity had planned for. As the Krell opened fire, their energy weapons connected with the reconfigured Mirage field. A blinding light engulfed the space around Earth as the feedback loop took effect. Krell ships began to shut down, their systems overloaded by their own weapons. In the span of a few breathtaking minutes, the tide of battle had turned completely. The once mighty Krell Armada hung motionless in space, dead in the water. On the Council observation ship, Ambassador Lyra watched in awe. "Impossible," she whispered, her luminescent skin pulsing with excitement. "They've actually done it." As the dust settled, humanity emerged victorious. The Krell invasion had been repelled, against all odds. Earth's defenders had proven that ingenuity, courage, and unity could overcome even the most daunting of challenges. In the aftermath, Earth's status in the galactic community underwent a seismic shift. The Galactic Council, impressed by humanity's resourcefulness and spirit, extended an invitation for Earth to join their ranks. Admiral Ramirez, surveying the floating debris of the Krell fleet, couldn't help but smile. Not bad for a bunch of primitive humans, eh? As news of the victory spread across Earth, celebrations erupted in every corner of the globe. Humanity had faced its greatest test and emerged stronger than ever. The stars, once a distant dream, now beckoned with infinite possibilities. Elena Rodriguez, exhausted but elated, gazed up at the sky from the GDI headquarters. The twinkling stars seemed brighter somehow, full of promise and adventure. "This is just the beginning," she mused, a smile playing on her lips. "Look out, galaxy. Humanity is coming." Little did they know, this victory was just the first step in humanity's journey to becoming a major player in galactic affairs. The Krell defeat had sent shockwaves through the cosmos, and Earth was now firmly in the spotlight. The age of Earth's isolation was over. A new era of exploration, diplomacy, and yes, challenges, was about to begin. As the sun rose on a new day, humanity looked to the future with hope and determination. They had proven their worth among the stars. Now, it was time to take their place in the grand tapestry of galactic civilization, the cosmic crucible. In the wake of Earth's stunning victory over the Krell Empire, humanity found itself thrust onto the galactic stage. The invitation to join the Galactic Council brought with it both unprecedented opportunities and unforeseen challenges. As Earth's first official galactic ambassador, Elena Rodriguez stood before the assembled representatives of 1,000 worlds, her heart racing but her voice steady. "People of Earth, denizens of the cosmos," she began, her words broadcast to every corner of the planet and beyond. "Today marks the dawn of a new era for humanity. We stand at the threshold of a vast and wondrous universe, ready to take our place among the stars." Little did Elena know that this moment would spark a chain of events that would shape the very foundations of the galactic order. Deep in the uncharted regions of space, whispers of Earth's triumph spread like wildfire. The defeat of the Krell, long considered one of the most formidable forces in the galaxy, had not gone unnoticed. In shadowy corners of distant space stations and on hidden planetary outposts, a name began to circulate: Terrans, the species that had achieved the impossible. On the desert world of Zarthol, a gathering of the galaxy's most notorious outlaws and mercenaries convened. Crime lords, smugglers, and soldiers of fortune from 100 different species huddled in a dimly lit cavern, their attention focused on a holographic display of Earth. "These Terrans," growled Kazanal, a hulking Vroktar warrior, his scarred face twisted in a sneer. "They possessed technology that brought the Krell to their knees. Imagine what we could do with such power." Murmurs of agreement rippled through the assembly. The idea of raiding Earth for its technological secrets was tantalizing, but one voice cut through the excited chatter. "Fools," hissed Salith, a naga-like being known for her cunning strategies. "The Terrans are not to be underestimated. We must observe, learn, and strike only when the time is right." As the galactic underworld plotted, Earth continued its rapid ascension. The exchange of knowledge with other council races accelerated human progress at an unprecedented rate. Cities began to stretch skyward, arcologies powered by zero-point energy reaching into the clouds. The first human colonies on Mars and Europa flourished, their biodomes gleaming under alien suns. But with progress came growing pains. The sudden influx of alien cultures and technologies created rifts in human society. Some embraced the changes wholeheartedly, while others longed for a return to simpler times. Anti-alien sentiment bubbled beneath the surface, fueled by fear and uncertainty. In response to these tensions, a new organization emerged, the Terran Sovereignty Movement. Led by the charismatic and enigmatic figure known only as Prometheus, the movement called for Earth to chart its own course among the stars, free from the influence of the Galactic Council. "We have proven our worth," Prometheus declared in a viral broadcast that reached every corner of human-controlled space. "Why should we bow to the whims of alien races who doubted us? The future of humanity lies in our own hands." The message resonated with millions, and the Terran sovereignty movement grew rapidly. Elena and the newly formed Earth government found themselves caught between honoring their commitments to the Galactic Council and addressing the concerns of their own people. As if the political turmoil wasn't enough, a new crisis loomed on the horizon. Dr. Hiroshi Tanaka, now head of Earth's Xenobiology division, made a chilling discovery. The advanced technology that had allowed humanity to repel the Krell invasion was having unforeseen consequences on human physiology. "It's changing us," Hiroshi explained to a stunned Elena, holographic displays showing bizarre genetic mutations. "At a fundamental level, we're evolving at an accelerated rate, becoming something different." The implications were staggering. Humanity stood at a crossroads, not just culturally and politically, but biologically as well. They were becoming a new species, one uniquely adapted to life among the stars. But at what cost? As news of these changes spread, fear and excitement gripped the populace in equal measure. Some saw it as the next step in human evolution, a transcendence to a higher form of existence. Others viewed it with horror, a loss of what made them human. Meanwhile, in the depths of space, the first human deep space exploration vessel, the ISS Odyssey, made a discovery that would change everything. Captain Zara Malik and her crew stumbled upon the ruins of an ancient civilization on a distant world. The artifacts they found hinted at a power that dwarfed anything known to the Galactic Council. As Zara transmitted her findings back to Earth, her message was intercepted. In the shadows, eyes gleamed with avarice and anticipation. The balance of power in the galaxy was about to shift once again, and Earth found itself at the center of a cosmic storm. Elena Rodriguez, standing on the observation deck of the Galactic Council's space station, gazed out at the glittering expanse of stars. The weight of humanity's future pressed heavily upon her shoulders. They had survived the Krell invasion, but now they faced challenges from within and without. The very nature of what it meant to be human was in flux. "We wanted to join the galactic community," Elena mused, her reflection ghostly in the transparent aluminum window. "But we never imagined it would come at such a price." As she pondered humanity's path forward, a priority alert flashed across her neural interface. Captain Malik's discovery had reached Earth, and with it, a new chapter in human history was about to unfold. The cosmic crucible was heating up, and humanity would either emerge transformed or be consumed by the fires of change. Across the galaxy, forces both seen and unseen began to move. The Terran sovereignty movement gathered strength. Shadowy alien factions turned their attention to Earth and its burgeoning power. And in the uncharted depths of space, ancient energies stirred, awakened by humanity's stumbling steps onto the cosmic stage. The next phase of humanity's journey among the stars was beginning, and it promised to be more perilous and wondrous than anyone could have imagined. The galaxy held its breath, waiting to see what these upstart Terrans would do next. The Nexus awakens. The discovery made by Captain Zara Malik and the crew of the ISS Odyssey sent shockwaves through Earth and the galactic community. The ancient ruins they uncovered on the distant planet, now dubbed Nexus Prime, held secrets that defied comprehension. As news of the discovery spread, Earth became the focal point of interstellar intrigue. The Galactic Council chambers buzzed with heated debates, while covert operatives from a dozen species raced to uncover the truth behind the Nexus artifacts. Dr. Aisha Okoye, the brilliant mind behind Project Mirage, led the research team tasked with unraveling the mysteries of Nexus Prime. Her findings were nothing short of revolutionary. "The artifacts aren't just technology," Aisha explained to a rapt audience of Earth's leaders and scientific elite. "They're gateways to manipulating the very fabric of reality itself." The implications were staggering. Control over space, time, and even the fundamental forces of the universe seemed within reach. But with such power came immense danger. As Earth grappled with the weight of this discovery, the Terran sovereignty movement saw an opportunity. Prometheus, the enigmatic leader of the movement, broadcast a message that resonated across human-controlled space. Fellow Terrans, the universe has placed in our hands the keys to our destiny. We need not bow to alien interests or ancient bureaucracies. With the power of Nexus, we can forge our own path among the stars. The message ignited a firestorm of controversy. Millions rallied to the cause of Terran independence, while others feared the consequences of wielding such immense power. Elena Rodriguez found herself at the center of the storm. As Earth's ambassador to the Galactic Council, she fought to maintain diplomatic ties while advocating for humanity's right to study and utilize the Nexus technology. But dark forces were already in motion. On the fringes of known space, the mercenary gathering on Zarthol had evolved into something far more dangerous. Led by the cunning Salith and the brutal Khazanar, a coalition of outlaw factions united under a single banner, the Crimson Void. Their target? Earth and the secrets of Nexus Prime. As tensions mounted, a new complication arose. The accelerated evolution triggered by Earth's advanced technology began to manifest in startling ways. Reports flooded in from across human space of individuals developing extraordinary abilities: telekinesis, precognition, even the power to manipulate energy at a fundamental level. Dr. Hiroshi Tanaka worked tirelessly to understand these changes. "We're witnessing the birth of a new human subspecies," he announced in a watershed moment. "Homo Cosmos, humanity evolved for life among the stars." The emergence of these cosmic humans added fuel to an already volatile situation. Some saw them as the next step in human evolution, while others viewed them with fear and suspicion. The Terran sovereignty movement welcomed them with open arms, seeing their powers as a sign of humanity's destined greatness. Amidst the chaos, Captain Zara Malik and the crew of the Odyssey made a chilling discovery on Nexus Prime. The ruins weren't just remnants of an ancient civilization, they were a warning. "Whatever power destroyed the beings who built this place," Zara reported, her voice tight with tension, "it's still out there. And I think we just woke it up." As if in response to Zara's warning, strange phenomena began to occur across the galaxy. Spatial anomalies tore open, swallowing entire star systems. Time flowed differently in certain sectors of space, and at the edges of known space, something vast and incomprehensible began to stir. The Galactic Council, faced with this existential threat, turned to Earth. The same ingenuity and adaptability that had allowed humanity to defeat the Krell might be the key to facing this new danger. But Earth was divided. The Terran sovereignty movement, now controlling several outer colonies, refused to cooperate with the Council. They saw the awakening threat as an opportunity to prove humanity's supremacy. Elena Rodriguez found herself in an impossible position. The fate of not just Earth, but the entire galaxy hung in the balance. She knew that humanity's fractured state made them vulnerable, but uniting her people seemed an insurmountable task. In a desperate bid to bridge the divide, Elena proposed a daring plan. A summit would be held on Nexus Prime itself, bringing together representatives from Earth, the Terran sovereignty movement, the Galactic Council, and even envoys from the Crimson Void. "We stand at the precipice," Elena addressed the assembled leaders of Earth. "The choices we make now will echo through eternity. We must find a way forward, together, or risk losing everything." As preparations for the Nexus Summit began, the strange phenomena intensified. Reality itself seemed to be unraveling at the seams. Dr. Okoye and her team worked frantically to understand and control the Nexus technology, knowing that it might be the only thing standing between existence and oblivion. Captain Malik and the Odyssey were dispatched on a perilous mission to the galaxy's edge, seeking answers about the awakening threat. What they found there would change the course of history. Meanwhile, on Earth and its colonies, more humans began to manifest cosmic abilities. These emerging heroes used their powers to save lives as spatial rifts and time distortions threatened populated areas. Their actions began to shift public opinion, showing that evolution didn't have to mean losing humanity. As delegates from across the galaxy converged on Nexus Prime, The stage was set for a conference that would determine the fate of not just humanity, but all sentient life. Ancient powers stirred, cosmic forces hung in the balance, and at the center of it all stood humanity, flawed, divided, but possessed of an indomitable spirit that had already reshaped the galaxy once. The Nexus Summit was about to begin, and with it, the next chapter in humanity's extraordinary journey among the stars. The galaxy watched and waited, knowing that the decisions made on Nexus Prime would ripple across space and time, shaping the very fabric of existence itself. The convergence. As delegates from across the galaxy gathered on Nexus Prime for the summit, the very fabric of reality trembled. The ancient ruins hummed with energy, responding to the presence of so many powerful beings and the awakening cosmic forces. Elena Rodriguez stood at the center of it all, her role as Earth's ambassador now expanded to mediator of a conference that would determine the fate of existence itself. The summit chamber, a vast amphitheater built within the heart of the Nexus ruins, crackled with tension and possibility. Representatives of Earth, the Terran sovereignty movement, the Galactic Council, and yes, even the Crimson Void, Elena began, her voice carrying across the chamber. We stand at a crossroads of cosmic proportions. The power of Nexus has awakened something beyond our comprehension, and only together can we hope to face it. As Elena spoke, holographic displays flickered to life, showing the escalating chaos across the galaxy. Spatial rifts tore through star systems, time flowed backwards on some worlds, and at the edges of known space, a vast, shadowy presence loomed. Prometheus, the charismatic leader of the Terran sovereignty movement, rose to speak. His form shimmered, revealing that he too had undergone the cosmic evolution. Why should we bow to the whims of a council that doubted us? With the power of Nexus, humanity can stand alone against any threat. The chamber erupted in shouts and arguments. It seemed that even in the face of cosmic annihilation, old grudges and ambitions died hard. Suddenly, a blinding light filled the chamber. When it faded, a new figure stood at the center, Captain Zara Malik, her form translucent and flickering. "Listen to me," Zara's voice echoed, tinged with urgency. "What we've awakened, it's not just a threat. It's the source of all creation and destruction in the universe. The Nexus is a failsafe, a reset button for reality itself, and we've triggered it." Gasps and murmurs rippled through the assembly. Zara continued, her image flickering more intensely. "The beings who built Nexus, they were like us once. They grew too powerful, too quickly. They nearly destroyed everything. The failsafe was their last act, a way to preserve existence itself." As Zara's revelations sank in, the ground beneath them shook. Outside the chamber, the sky turned a deep, bruised purple. Reality itself was unraveling. In that moment of crisis, an unexpected voice rang out. Silith, the Naga-like leader of the Crimson Void, slithered forward. "We came here seeking power," she hissed, "but even we can see that there will be nothing left to rule if we don't act now. The Crimson Void stands with Earth." One by one, representatives from every faction stepped forward, pledging their support and resources to face the coming storm. Even Prometheus, his earlier bravado tempered by the gravity of the situation, joined the unified front. As the alliance solidified, Dr. Aisha Okoy's voice crackled over the comms. "We've decoded more of the Nexus data," she reported. "The failsafe can be reversed, but it will take an unprecedented joining of minds and technology. Every species, every faction must contribute." What followed was a scene unlike any in galactic history. Humans stood side by side with aliens, former enemies became allies, and the combined knowledge of 1,000,000 worlds was brought to bear on a single problem. The Nexus technology pulsed with energy as representatives from each species interfaced with it. Cosmic humans used their newfound abilities to bridge gaps in understanding, while AI constructs from a dozen worlds processed data at unimaginable speeds. In orbit above Nexus Prime, fleets from every corner of the galaxy formed a defensive perimeter. The Crimson Void's ships flew alongside Galactic Council peacekeepers, while Earth's gravity-drive vessels danced between them all. As the combined consciousness of the galaxy worked to undo the failsafe, reality itself rebelled. Temporal quakes shook the planet, spatial rifts threatened to tear Nexus Prime apart, and waves of uncreation swept through nearby star systems. In the heart of the Nexus chamber, Elena found herself at the crucible of creation. The technology responded to her in a way it didn't to others, recognizing in her the same spark that had allowed humanity to defy the odds time and time again. With a surge of will and a silent prayer, Elena initiated the final sequence. Energy cascaded through the ruins, through the assembled beings, and out into the cosmos. For a moment that stretched into eternity, the fate of all existence hung in the balance. Then, with a soundless explosion of light and power, the failsafe was undone. The cosmic storm calmed, reality reasserted itself, and the shadowy presence at the edge of space receded. As the assembled beings came back to themselves, a stunned silence fell over the chamber. They had done it. Against all odds, facing a threat beyond comprehension, the united species of the galaxy had prevailed. The aftermath of the convergence, as it came to be known, reshaped the galaxy in ways no one could have predicted. Old enmities fell away in the face of shared triumph. The Galactic Council was reformed, with Earth and the former Terran sovereignty movement taking leading roles. Even the Crimson Void found a place in the new order, their skills turned to exploration and peacekeeping. Cosmic humans, once feared, became revered teachers and explorers, helping to bridge the gaps between species and unlock the secrets of the universe. The Nexus technology, now understood and respected, was used to heal worlds and create new frontiers for exploration. As the new galactic civilization took shape, Elena Rodriguez stood once again in the observation deck of a space station, this time accompanied by representatives from 100 worlds. "We came to the precipice of oblivion," she mused, watching the swirl of a newborn nebula created by the convergence. "And in doing so, we found not just our place in the cosmos, but our shared destiny." The beings around her nodded in agreement. Humanity had not just survived its trial by fire, it had emerged as a guiding light for an entire galaxy. The journey ahead was vast and unknowable, but for the first time, no species would face it alone. As starships of a dozen designs streaked past the window, carrying explorers and pioneers to the farthest reaches of known space and beyond, Elena smiled. The age of isolation was over. The true golden age of galactic civilization had begun, with humanity and its newfound allies leading the way into a brighter, unified future. The stars beckoned, full of promise and mystery, and the united species of the galaxy answered their call, ready to write the next chapter of cosmic history together.